Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we have more rumors in the year 2020. Who would have thought? But this is actually coming from Jordan Mason over at Cinelinx. Jordan Mason, of course, is someone that I've covered a lot on this channel. Very reliable dude. So this is not just some random, I don't know, made up bullshit from Reddit or something, you know. This is pretty reliable, okay? Also, before we really deep dive into what the actual report is, what you need to know is that the Disney investors meeting is happening on the 10th, okay? And investors meeting is where sometimes major news is dropped, okay? So it's very possible that the reason we're seeing some of these reports and some other rumors that have popped up more recently, some of which I've kind of covered in the last video or recent video, is because the investors meeting is coming, which means more and more of this stuff is going to sort of leak out into the ether, and more people are going to start hearing whispers of things that may or may not get announced at this investors meeting. So just keep an eye out for the 10th of December. Stuff might start happening right around then or on that date, just so you know. Okay, so let's look at what this actually says. It says new Star Wars animated series will go to the past. Exclusive. Okay, Star Wars animated projects are still in the works, and we've heard word that one of them will let fans experience the High Republic. The Star Wars live action series are chugging along, but it's been a little bit since we've heard anything about any upcoming animated projects. We know Lucasfilm is still hiring and adding to their animation team, but aside from The Bad Batch, which by the way, Kessel Run Transmissions called that, we don't know what they've been working on. Maybe I can help a little bit with that. Over the last couple days, I've heard from a handful of sources that 3 new animated series are currently in various stages of development, one of which would be set during the High Republic era. This January, Lucasfilm and Disney are kicking off a new publishing initiative that ushers in a brand new unexplored period of time in Star Wars. And, you know, the High Republic. It's exciting and been on the top of my most anticipated Star Wars endeavors ever since it was announced earlier this year, being set a couple hundred years before the events of the films open up a wide range of storytelling potential, and I'm already in love with it. From what I've heard, this is definitely among the new sandboxes to play in for stories. Also, I might be wrong here, but I thought I had seen somewhere that Jordan Mason had already received some of the early... There was like this box that was sent out to different people, where it had some of the early glimpses of the High Republic. I don't think it was like the full novels, but I think it was like a good chunk, like, hey, here's a handful of chapters from this book, here's this one first issue of this comic, stuff like that. And I believe Jordan Mason got his hands on one of those boxes, so he has already seen some of the High Republic more than other of us have. Despite being initially announced as a publishing project, I'd heard even last year that it was being considered as a multimedia project that would span other mediums as well. It's already popped up in VR, as we scooped earlier this year, and this actually isn't the first time I've heard the High Republic mentioned in terms of a TV show. I had heard whispers of a potential live action series happening as well, but I'm not sure if that's still in the cards or some wires got crossed and it has always been an animated project. Okay, we're gonna pause there because if you go on my channel way back, way back, there were very early rumors about the High Republic. Before anything was officially announced, before it was even officially called the High Republic, there were rumors out there of a project that I think back then they were saying it's like 400 or 600 years before the Phantom Menace. And obviously it turned out to be only 200. But it was called the High Republic in those rumors. And back when those rumors came out, they were talking about movies and video games along with novels. And then, of course, like Jordan Mason just said, when it was officially announced as the High Republic, it was released as just a publishing initiative. And a lot of people were upset by this because we'd all heard rumors like, wait, what happened to that game that was supposed to happen? What happened to those movies and those TV shows that we heard rumors of? Like, nothing ever came of those. Which, by the way, the ongoing rumor is that the Benioff and Weiss projects, if you remember, the Game of Thrones guys were attached to start a whole new trilogy of movies, and then they left, and we don't know what happened to because they had concept art. They had like all this pre-production stuff happening, you know, concept art. They had artists on board. They probably had some very, 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 very early drafts of stuff written down, and it's all just in a Lucasfilm vault somewhere. And the rumor is that that was supposed to be High Republic tie-in stuff. And then now it's like, oh, is it not happening anymore? What's the Taika Waititi thing? Is that related to that stuff? You know, no one knows what's happening with the movies. But the rumor is that those movies that Benioff and Weiss were working on was supposed to be High Republic movies. So just like Jordan Mason says, it was initially rumored as a multimedia project, and then it kind of went nowhere, and now it's just a publishing thing. But it looks like in the background, that was some of this stuff is still kind of like been in the works, and they just haven't announced it yet. That might change very, very soon with this investors meeting. Anyways, we're gonna keep on going. Sadly, I don't have any specific details on what the series will include, whether it'll be characters from the books, comics, or not. From what I can gather, it's early days of development and lines up with what I'd heard a few months back about a new project entering the concept art stage, normally among the first steps. Still not entirely sure what the other animated project is. Could be a long-rumored Rebels follow-up, but to be honest, it's been a while since I've heard anything regarding that. With Ahsoka now in live action, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that particular story. Hopefully, with The Mandalorian nearing its final 2 episodes for the season, we'll hear more about these upcoming projects sooner and officially rather than later. Okay, so yeah, the other 2 animated projects that he mentioned, he says he doesn't know anything about those. And of course, Kessel Run Transmissions, who broke the Bad Batch story, the Bad Batch being another animated series, they have been long rumoring about this Rebels sequel series that is supposed to be in the same style as the Clone Wars. And it's supposed to be like the Ahsoka Sabine thing, right? And just like he said, Ahsoka's now live action. And the second that I heard that Ahsoka was going to be live action, I started doubting the Rebels sequel series, because why would you hire Rosario Dawson and hire these actors and get all the makeup and the props and the costumes and get all this stuff looking good, only to then do an animated series that would be set near the same time period as the live action stuff? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So my only thought right now is that one of these animated series could still be a Rebels sequel series, although I'm kind of inclined to believe that might as well just be a live action show. I don't know why they would make it animated at this point. The other thing is that we've heard rumors and rumors and rumors about many things. So any of these could be this third animated series. So if we're saying that one is the High Republic, one could potentially be the Rebels sequel series, the third one could be anything from, there was a Lando rumor, there was a Mace Windu rumor, there was a Darth Maul and Crimson Dawn rumor, there was a Ben Solo rumor that he was going to be in a project. So there's a million things that this could fit into. I'm personally hoping for a Luke and Ben Solo show. They could get Mark Hamill to come back and do the voice work, which obviously he's very comfortable doing voice work, right? And then you wouldn't have to worry about de-aging him or hiring Sebastian Stan to come and do a recast of Luke Skywalker or anything that might turn people off from the show. You could just make it animated, and because it's animated, the action scenes would be amazing. You could do it any number of animated styles. That's personally my hope. I want a Luke Skywalker traveling around the galaxy with Ben Solo doing their thing. It would be set only a couple years after The Mandalorian. They could make it animated. They could get Mark Hamill back. For me, that would be my choice. That's what I would do if I was in charge of all of this. So anyways, I'm very, very glad that the High Republic is seemingly no longer going to be just a publishing initiative. I was excited for the books and the comics and the interconnectedness of all of it, but I was a little disappointed when it was rumored to be so much bigger than it turned out to officially be announced as. I think a lot of people were disappointed, like, oh, you're not gonna make it more? Because if you're gonna go all the way to like, hey, all these different books and all these different comics are gonna all link together, it's like, so why not throw movies and shows in there? Why are you holding back? So I think that this is really good. I'm very excited to see what kind of show it might be. And of course, you know, we are still hearing complete static, nothing on the movie side. And those Benioff and Weiss movies were rumored to be High Republic movies. That was the idea, at least at one point. And we've heard nothing, with like literally nothing. So yeah, in any case, this is exciting. We're definitely going to hear something soon, I think. Today is December 5th, so in 5 days. In 5 days, I am personally expecting to hear something. I doubt that we're going to get every single announcement for every single rumor that we've been like talking about over the course of the last year, but I would not be so surprised if we get something pretty big. You know, not to hype everyone up, you know, so don't get like overhyped and then it turns out nothing happened and it's like, oh damn. I would say, you know, personally, don't count the days, don't even pay attention. Just one day you're gonna open Twitter 5 days from now and like, oh hey look, something was announced, or maybe nothing was, and you don't have to be disappointed because you didn't get yourself hyped up. So that's what I would say. Just wait and see if something gets announced. But you know, there is an investors meeting, and there was no Star Wars convention this year. There was no Comic-Con this year. There was none of that stuff this year. So they do have stuff backed up at Lucasfilm. They definitely have things that they were supposed to announce and then they didn't because of all of the stuff going on. That's why we've had so many rumors this year, is because all of this was about to be announced and then like it just halted because there was no you know, there was no celebrations or anything to do it at. So all these people heard rumors and whispers, and that's all we have now. So, you know, that's just the course of this year. As I say every single time, 2020 is the year for drama and rumors, and here's more rumors. What do you want? So hopefully we'll hear something soon. In any case, let me know what you guys think. What do you want for these other animated shows? Are you more excited for the High Republic, knowing that it's not just going to be a publishing initiative? And if you're watching a show, would that give you more incentive to go buy these books and these comics, especially if they're like heavily connected like they're supposed to be? I know it would definitely make me feel better about it. I think I was gonna read them and everything anyways, but having a show to watch along with my books would definitely, like, okay, it's more incentive to like finish those books. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.